Hey y'all, welcome to Consignment Chats. This is episode 243, and y'all, today we are putting the tape gun down. We are dropping it like it's hot, all right? We're going to put it down. Why are you laughing at me, Samantha? Why are you laughing at me? And we're going to talk about staying sane in our reseller lives, right? We need to do that because let's face it, if you're not balanced, what's your business going to do?
Well, we're going into Q4, so I believe this is all targeted at me. I'm feeling seen. This is all for me, this entire episode. Just ladies, take it away.
All right, so Libby no, I'm just kidding. All right, but I'm going to throw us for a loop, okay? I'm not going to do a how was your week today. I want to know what your most profitable item you sold this week was. I want you to share with our listeners your most profitable sale of the week.
Hey y'all, welcome to Consignment Chats. This is Molly, and I'll be joined by my co-hosts Libby and Samantha.
Take it away, Samantha.
All right, Hendrickson Controller Program Assembly VS31520 tire pressure semi rig.
Y'all got that? Y'all, what the heck is that?
Some tire pressure part for a semi truck, and it sold for $200. I took an offer of $260. So,
nice,
pretty good.
That might be more than all my three combined that I have to share.
I'm gonna say you're a winner chicken dinner if we're comparing what we're.
I love car parts. I love car parts so much.
Yes, that's awesome, Samantha. Good job.
Yeah.
All right, so here's mine. I sold these Mackie CR2X Bluetooth speakers for $126. Very excited about that.
What is all of this crazy stuff y'all are talking about? MC, diesel.
So these are my inventory. They're expired consignment, so that is all profit.
Nice.
Awesome. But then I'm so excited about two more sales that Molly's going to go ahead and let me share them.
Y'all, if
this
you
was kind of cool. This Farm Rio dress sold for $83.
It's the granniest thing I've ever seen.
It is, but it was worn by, don't ask me which, it was worn by, this is sought after style because it was worn by someone on a soap opera. And yeah, so whatever, I was happy about that. But the most exciting sale I had was this My Little Pony, the complete series DVD. Sold for $68.
$68 for a My Little Pony?
Yes, that was maybe the highest DVD I've ever sold. So, all right. Yeah. So the story with this, guys, if you are sleeping on your local library, a lot of them get donations and they either don't know what to do with them. The Friends of the Library has a sale. We have a consignment account with our local library. And what we do is we go in and we scan the items and we just kind of cherry pick them, and then we use them to raise money for the library. So this was one of these that my friend Polly had found, and she was so excited about it because she goes in, she scans just about everything. So she found it. It sold within, I think, maybe 3 days for $68. Now, is this unusual find? Yeah, totally unusual. Don't get that excited about it, but it was kind of fun.
But you know what? Those unusual finds, when you share them, this is why I like watching reseller videos and why I like putting out hours on Thrift Find Flip, is because I learn something every time from somebody. Like now that I know that, it's in my brain, it's packed in here in the library. And if I ever see any My Little Pony DVDs, I'm going to stop and scan them no matter what they are just to see. And had you never told me that, I never would look at them. Never.
10 My Little Pony DVDs in. She's going to be like, these are all worth 99 cents. And I'm never going to find that one that Libby sold.
Right. It may happen that way, but I'm certainly going to look. Yeah.
I'm hijacking one more thing just because this was super cool. So
y'all know I have zero control in this episode.
We'll let you end the episode appropriately, maybe.
Yeah, you have all the control. You edit us.
It's true.
Just not while we're recording. After the fact.
She needs like real life editing skills. There we go.
Right?
Okay. So this one was cool because I had never listed photographs before. And I was like, you can sell photographs of people. Like, that's crazy. And I found a bunch of photos in a book of an estate that was being consigned with me. So every couple days they would just bring me more stuff from the estate. And I asked if they wanted these back, and they said, no, the family does not want anything from this. We're cleaning the house out. So I got this picture of an officer, Mr. Officer Ludwig. And I sold it this week to what I'm assuming is one of his family members, because it's still in the state of Michigan, and it went to someone with the same last name.
Oh, how cool.
I thought that was kind of cool. I had his name listed in the description and stuff, and they must have searched and found him. So yeah.
I hope they messaged you. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
I like it.
I love when stuff like that happens.
I know.
It's really cool, but I also feel like a little bit guilty. Like, oh, I already sold some pictures of your dad. Like, sorry. Like, I don't know. I feel weird about it.
Oh, me. Yeah. Don't feel weird about it. They didn't want to keep it and put it out there to sell. So it is what it is, But isn't it cool? You need to focus on the excitement that a family member grabbed that one picture. Just focus on that part. All right. Now that we've had all these cool things, I'll share my big sale for the week. I bought these Roller Rabbit short pajama set for $3.99 and sold it within a couple of days for $89 free ship.
Wow.
So I like that profit.
Roller Rabbit. What a fun name for
Keep an eye out. Roller Rabbit. Yep, it's a good seller, and it typically sells fast. And that actually was a size small. So, a lot of times we look at sizing, and I'll try to stay like medium or higher. But with Roller Rabbit, you can do the smaller sizes too. It's just that sought after.
And it's fun to say Roller Rabbit.
I've
never had a Roller Rabbit before. Never.
I need to know in the comments if anybody watching this has ever heard of Roller Rabbit. I have never. All right.
I have heard of it. Just because we are in my friend group, we're very into loungewear and pajamas.
Oh, that
we do call pajama pants snack pants. They are called snack pants in my circle. Yes.
That's an appropriate term.
Yes.
For sure.
I love it. So we have been chattering about maybe having a Moo-Moos and Margarita night in our 24-hour room in our Patreon. So if that sounds great to anybody, go join our Patreon, Consignment Chats over there. But yeah, everybody get your Moo-Moos ready, because that's going to happen. It's going to be great.
And your margaritas.
I'm more focused on my margaritas than I am
I've always wanted to wear a Moo-Moo. Always.
Yeah.
I might already own one. So.
I love that you're putting that out there and owning it.
I would have to search my inventory. I'm sure there's one in there somewhere.
Right? If not, search mine. I got some for sale.
You got some Moo-Moos for sale? All right. Yeah. I'll be sorting with Samantha for my Moo-Moo.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to jump on subject, because Moo-Moos and margaritas to me is a good segue into our topic about sometimes you just got to put that tape gun down.
Yes.
You got to put your phone down. You got to get off of your apps for work and do something else for your reseller mental health, your sanity. You got to have balance in your life. And I want to talk about that because we all want to talk about that. This isn't just about me. But I want to start talking about kind of a personal story of something I've realized and I'm realizing that maybe will help us segue into this. As all of our listeners know, my husband has become a very big part of my business. And it dawned on me last night that it's now where our conversation goes when he comes home from work. And I know sometimes, like, I take my personal breaks. I try to take in the afternoon because I know when he comes home, he wants to work and I don't want to miss out on his help. But when it's 9 o'clock at night and we're having our wind down and we're going to go to bed, and I get in the bed and I plug my phone in and I put it far away because I don't sleep with it next to me. It's on a table away from me. And he comes walking in and says, "Did you check for any Poshmark offers? Here, check for Poshmark offers." I think I need some boundaries. Like, this is where our relationship has, don't get me wrong, we are best friends, we love each other, but I'm realizing this reseller life is overtaking our marriage from beginning to end.
It's not the kind of pillow talk you're hoping for.
No, I'm sorry, but you asking me my Poshmark offers is zero turn on, baby. It ain't happening.
Everybody else is like, I just wish my husband would understand. My spouse just doesn't get it. And she's like, it's terrible. You don't want it all the time. Yeah. It's
no, you have to have boundaries. And so now I'm going to have to figure out how to set these boundaries, because when he comes home, like, the first thing we'll do is go step outside, sit on the deck. I'll have my water. He might make a drink or whatever, and we'll start talking. And he's like, "So, did you see this message on eBay? Did you?" And I'm like, "How was your day today, honey? How was your day at work?" And he doesn't get it. Like, he's just like, "Oh, it was a good day. But anyway, do you want me to reply? Should I go get this and measure it? Do you want me to reply? Or are you going to reply to that?" I'm like,
it's bad when you're like, "Please talk to me about banking. How was your day at the bank?" I'm like, please.
I'm desperate to hear about the bank. Something that never comes out of Molly's mouth.
Wow. All right. I didn't think we were going to be going like right here. This is
I love it.
Molly, you threw me off course here.
I'm sorry, but I thought, why not start with a personal story about how our reselling business can overtake our lives, and we got to figure this out, y'all.
So,
sanity is important.
As someone who worked with her husband for like 15 years, it can be. We even worked the same shift for a little while on the same department. Like, that was, I know. Like,
wait a minute. Is this when you hooked up? Is there like a closet story, like a housekeeping closet? Okay, darn it. I thought we were.
Molly wants to get naughty today. I don't know what.
I thought we were going real deep with this one when she started talking about working the same
did come
shift.
out of the.
What is it, Dr. McSteamy or whatever? I don't know.
McDreamy, McSteamy. There's both of them. There was a McSteamy too.
Oh, there was?
Oh, yes, there was.
At least at Samantha's hospital, there was.
There was. I love Grey's Anatomy. Nothing like a real hospital at all, but kinda. Anyways. I actually like switched departments and shifts and stuff for a better work-life balance, but we had to make sure that we were having like a date night. Like, we would literally, like, every other Thursday we scheduled it in. We were having a date night, and we were not allowed to talk about the hospital at all. Like, which was really hard at first, because that's your whole life. Like, that's what you're doing all the time, and he gets it. Like, and vice versa. Mostly I didn't want him to talk about it, but but I had to follow the rule too. But it's, like, that's your whole thing. And when you have somebody that gets it, it's even easier to talk about, because they understand what offers are on Poshmark and what the shipping is like and stuff like that. And to setting the boundaries. How are you going to set boundaries? Like, what are you thinking?
I don't know. We're having this episode today, so I'm hoping that we're going to help others and me with how to get boundaries set and how to put the tape gun down and get some sanity in our reselling life. I think that's so
I would come at it from a totally different perspective. Go figure. I'd be like, how can you make Poshmark sexy? How can you make Poshmark offers sexy? Like, how can you know? Yeah.
What are you wanting me to sell lingerie?
No, you know what I mean.
No, maybe I really don't.
Sexy's not the right word.
Sexy's not the right word. You've been dating Poshmark for too long.
I know. I was going to say this coming from the on and off again relationship with Poshmark person.
But like, that's coming from somebody with with struggles with boundaries, right? Like, I would say, like, how can you, like, integrate that into your life and be happy with it instead of like trying to make a boundary? Yeah, no. All right. You
I'm
guys
not-
are like, absolutely not.
I'm just drawing a blank on how like.
So here's the difference, and we're going to do a future episode, y'all, on single resellers providing and running their business and feeding their family. Like we've been talking about this. Libby's going to have that.
Yeah.
But we're coming from my perspective and Samantha's perspective, and then there's Libby's perspective. And this whole episode isn't about your spouse being in your business, y'all. That was just my story.
What's it supposed to be?
To start in. That's not what we're doing this about.
I think we'll have a whole separate episode on that. That'll be great. We'll balance it out. We'll have the single and the couples episode. We'll have two distinct episodes.
So I've talked about this before because my husband was getting really cranky with the fact that I never stepped away from work. So regardless of how he was in my business or what he does, because this was even before he was my shipping manager, I would, and I did this when I was at the hospital, and then I took it right into reselling. I would be in my office, I would work, I would do all the stuff, and then I would grab my laptop and I would go sit on the couch and I would spend time with him, and I would work from the couch and not actually pay any attention to him. So he had to really have some hard truths with me. And he's like, I don't feel like you're even in the same room with me. You're still working. Yeah. You're still headspace in your office. And so that was definitely like, we had to almost like set a boundary of like, you don't work in the living room, Samantha, like, what are you doing? And then that came into scheduling. So that we always talk about time blocks for our business and making sure we list enough and we photograph enough and we're sending offers and all that. On my schedule, starting at 5 p.m. and going until at least 7, I have dinner with family. And that is, I know I need to wrap things up by 5, go downstairs, spend time with them. And then I decide, like, am I going to go back to work tonight? What time am I going to do that? Like, and I communicate all that with him and we spend time together. But even something just as simple as like having dinner and sitting on the couch together to watch an episode of your favorite show, that is the time when I'm not allowed to work or talk about work. I mean, I talk about it, but he doesn't care about Poshmark. So
I think that's great is like have that time. Like I do something similar. Like I go out every Thursday night with my friends and I want to be totally present. So it is on the calendar, right? Like I have it marked off on the C-Chats calendar too. Like that is, I am unavailable, and just putting things like that on the calendar. Like you're just not available. You want to be where you are. I just want
to add something to Samantha's story.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say this to make any listeners feel guilty. I want to say this to make you aware. Samantha's husband was old enough and mature enough to voice what he needed and wanted from her. Remember those with young children, your young children probably aren't able to voice that in the right words to tell you, I need your focus. So let this kind of be that gentle warning of think about that. When you're with them, be where your feet are, be present and focused on them. And, set those boundaries for them for when you're working, but also for you for when you're not, that you're giving them what they need. So I was thinking about that when you're talking about Bill saying, hey.
That's true. That came from, 17 years of hard marriage and counseling and all that.
Right.
He can finally communicate.
Right. Yeah. So just think about that. And again, don't beat yourself up feeling guilty. That's not why I'm saying this. You feeling guilty is going to waste your time and energy. That just now you're aware moving forward. Right.
So the thing is too, like, you can put the phone down. We're so used to like, oh, that's Ching. What did I sell? Oh, there's an offer. Oh, there's the you can put your phone down for 2 hours and those offers are not going to expire. Like the sale's still going to be there and you're not shipping it out till tomorrow morning. Like it's okay to set it aside or like I have this is making me think I have this old phone. Obviously it's busted. And I use this as my work phone because it's not connected to any data or like Facebook or anything like that. And so I can focus better when I'm working. Now I'm thinking I need a third phone so that when I'm just focusing on my family, it doesn't have eBay or anything downloaded.
You know what I realized I was doing the other night? I was on the couch with Nick. We had a show on, but I had my iPad open with a video playing and my phone open with another video playing, one with sound on, one that didn't need sound. I had 3 screens going at one time.
Oh my God.
We wonder why this world is so overstimulated.
Oh,
and like also tunes things out. Yeah.
Oh
That's crazy. That's crazy. But your husband would do the same thing if there were 3 sports on at the same time that he wanted to watch.
Well, so listen, this is the equivalent of when he does the split screen during football season and has 4 games on the screen. I'm like, I can't do it, Nick. You got to stop like that. We need 1 game. I can't. It's too much. But here I am with my phone on its stand right next to the iPad and the TV, and I've got 3 screens going.
All right, this comes back to like one of our tenets is like, be where your feet are. Be where your feet are. If you have it time blocked like Samantha to be, family dinner time, be at dinner. I mean, that's why we're using these blocks and scheduling is so you can be where your feet are. And
yes,
we have a shirt for that. Of course, Molly designed it for me. Now, this is something like, and I have to say, like, I have to work on this one every single day of my life. Like, I feel like I'm good at being where my feet are, but it doesn't come naturally. It is something you totally have to work at. I don't know if it'll ever come naturally. Something you totally have to work at. And you know what? It's so worth it because you get so much more joy out of life when you are in the moment. It is.
Yes.
It is just like one of the most beautiful gifts you can give yourself.
Yeah.
Be where your feet are, along with the t-shirt, because that'll remind people around you to also be where their feet are.
Yes, there we go.
I think Libby has our t-shirt. Yeah, I think Libby has it in every color.
Every color. I love it. I love it.
I'm pretty
My
sure
family has ordered them now because they love it so much.
I'm pretty sure she has it in t-shirt and sweatshirt as well.
Oh, yeah, I have the sweatshirt, the holiday sweatshirt. Yeah, with the little elf feet on it. I do.
Just a quick suggestion if you are somebody who still has family dinners and the phone thing is an issue, and put a basket in the kitchen on the and everybody puts their phone in the basket before they sit down at the table. I had a friend when we lived in the Philadelphia area who would have all of us families over. They had an amazing house with a big yard and a soccer net, and so they would often invite a group of us over on a Friday night or Saturday for dinner, and the kids would play soccer and we'd all hang out. And that was their thing at the door. As soon as you came into their house, the husband would have the basket and be like, put them in, kids, put them in. No phones while you're at our house. And everybody would put them in. And let me tell you, the laughter that happened for hours in that house because nobody was plugged into anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not that this is an anti-electronics episode. I feel like we keep like, but it's just a suggestion of ways to be where your feet are, ways to control.
The phone interferes with that. Like I remember years ago, my kids were like, Mom, like, put your phone down at the table. Like I would be eating dinner and accepting offers and like, doing all the things on my phone. And I think because I set such a bad example, my kids went the total opposite way. And I fixed that. But they are very adamant that when we are, sitting, having dinner or just playing a game that our phones are away. Like my kids do not appreciate the lack of attention at all. I'm happy they communicated that because I'd probably still be sitting with them, on my phone.
Yeah. All right. So when I think self-care and balance, I think about my bubble baths.
I knew you were going to say that. Yes.
So, what do I call them? We had a term
billable bubble baths.
Hours,
billable bubble baths. Billable hours in my bubble bath. Yes. So, I am a workaholic and I bring my laptop everywhere. And my husband made me one of those boards that like goes right across because I love a bubble bath. It relaxes me and I just love it. And I'll sit in a bath for hours. You can always refresh that hot water, guys. It's okay. And I would bring my laptop down there. Don't worry, I'm not on any Zooms or anything when I'm in there. It's fine.
I was hopefully we just got a couple more Patreon members.
I was sitting here on the total opposite end, and y'all, she did not have it plugged into a source.
No.
It was not plugged in.
No. So I will bring my laptop, I'll turn on some Netflix or something, and I will, like, that's when I would do my cross listing. And I would be in my office, and you're like, that would be like my goal, like my self-care goal of the day, especially in the winter. It's freaking cold here. You want to go sit in a warm bubble bath. But it would be like, okay, if I list these 30 items this morning, then I can go in the bath for my lunch break and cross list them. And so I would have to make sure that I met that goal, and then I could go take my bubble bath. And like, it was like my little reward system, and it will be again in a month or so. So I'm looking forward to bubble bath season.
I miss my hot tub. Yeah.
That was your thing. The hot
That
tub
was my thing. I loved that.
And
now,
the
I did
fireplace
totally chill out
afterwards.
in there, though. There was no laptop. There was no working. There might have been an adult beverage in the middle of the day. Just saying.
A well-deserved adult beverage.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not all the time, but a lot of the
Nothing
time.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like when you have something that you really enjoy doing, maybe you really like, doing your nails every week, or I don't know, soaking your feet or something, like give that as your reward too, to not only like schedule it and put it on your schedule so that you're not just always working, but make it like a fun game of like, ooh, if I do X, then I'll get to go and do this afternoon or whatever.
Like Ben would choose a pedicure, right?
Yeah.
Rocky top picker.
Yeah. Rocky top. He would choose a pedicure. I'm sure.
Absolutely.
That would be his reward.
He thinks that's a very manly thing to do. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, had to throw that in there.
In fact, if anybody wants to ever get him a gift, I think a certificate for a pedicure would be just
phenomenal.
I really think he needs certificates for all of the ones in his area so he can use them all and compare their services.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%. 100%. And we all need to request that we see this procedures on video.
No.
We want to see them on his YouTube channel.
We're going to talk about boundaries. That's one of them there. That's
all right. Boundaries, your mindset, your mental health. Here's another one. It's okay to say no. Right?
No.
It is?
Yes.
Except to me. Except to Molly.
Right.
It's okay to say no. I know we've had previous episodes about this. The more you put yourself out there in the reseller world or in any world as somebody who's been working it for a while, people need and want your time, and they want to ask questions, and they may want you to do things. And a lot of us are empaths and fixers and people who want to help, and that can become overwhelming if you say
very quickly overwhelming. Yep. Everybody wants a piece of your time. Yep.
What's that saying? If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no.
It's exactly what I was going to say. Like everything you do should be a hell. Everything you say yes to should be a hell yes. If it's not,
I like that.
Like if you're just like, maybe I'll do that. Nah.
I was feeling this a lot the last couple of weeks. We went and spent that week with our oldest daughter, and we had a lot of stuff going on. I came back from that and had family stuff that people wanted me to go to, and just so much stuff. I legitimately did not list for an entire week, and I was home. Well, I mean, I was in town locally. Yeah, I was around, and I was just go, all these different things. And finally on Sunday, we had no plans. Nobody needed us. And I said, Bill, I'm not getting dressed today. We're staying home. We're going to catch up on home stuff. And I'm actually going to list some things like this is what I need. And my brother and my best friend and a couple other people, they called, they said, hey, we're doing this today. Hey, you should come and do it. And I told them all no. And it felt glorious. And we stayed home in our pajamas.
The angels shone down.
It was. And then I felt a little guilty afterwards, like Monday and Tuesday. They're telling me what they did and the things that they did. And I was talking with my best friend and I said, Sunday, I just didn't want to leave my house. And she goes, well, no crap. Of course you didn't want to leave your house. You hadn't been to your house in like 2 weeks. She's like, of course you didn't. Well, we all understood. And I was like, oh, okay, because I felt really bad about that. She's like,
a lot of times the guilt we're putting on ourselves, but sometimes like the guilt is real being put upon by other people. And I probably with divorce and like kids being split, like holidays, like, oh man, do you feel that? Like everybody wants a piece of you. Everybody wants you here. Everybody wants you there. You have to work. It's like, it's insane. And, you know, the most effective way I found to get rid of that guilt is to, well, first of all, take it out of my head, but second of all, sit down with my family members or the people close to me and say, look, I am honestly doing the best I can. I know you want me there, and I appreciate the fact that you're so adamant about it. But here's what it's doing to me. It's making me feel really bad because I can't be in 3 places at the same time. The kids can't be in 3 places at the same time.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm going to apologize, but I'm also going to ask you to just respect the fact that we can't do it all. And there's a lot of like guilt and emotion tied up in that. So please be respectful of that when I say no. And the reception for that was phenomenal with every single person I had that conversation with. It changed things. Now, maybe you're not divorced, maybe you don't have that particular situation, but I think it's still something like a conversation anyone can have. You know, if you have a large family and you have all these commitments or, you know, a large circle of friends, you know, to have that conversation, like I'm doing the best I can, but I do feel a tremendous amount of guilt because I do want to do all these things with you. Yeah.
All right. I want to move on to something real quick. Did you have something to say, Samantha?
No, I wanted to talk about burnout. Here we go.
First, I want to put in here that those of you listening, if I am unable to edit out the background noise, Samantha is doing her other side hustle job, and she's dog watching. So that background noise that you hear are the dog's nails on the hardwood and them fighting and playing.
There's a tiny anxious dog is like circling my chair this entire time. I'm very sorry. Yes.
I love the tiny anxious dogs.
So if you hear that and I'm unable to edit that sound out, that is what you hear. So just so you know, she's a side hustler, this girl. She's a go-getter. So this other job brings her much joy too, because she's a dog lover. But I wanted to throw that out there real quick. But I want to move on to the subject of physical health and burnout, which I think we do a good job of some of this with our Patreon and our mastermind, having people put themselves first and make goals, personal health goals versus just business goals in order to help balance and create the whole person. Because if you are physically and health-wise not there, how's your business going to be there, right? How is it going to make the things that it needs to do? And again, if you're a parent with kids in the house, what a great role model you will be if they see you prioritizing your physical health along with the business. So let's talk about that for a little bit. Let's talk about things that we do and maybe some things that we could.
And I do. You and Samantha did such a beautiful job on the autoimmune disorder episode. I'm going to link that up in the show notes because there's a lot of tips and tricks when you're dealing with not only the regular stress of, you know, life and balance, but maybe you're dealing with something a little heavier like an autoimmune disorder. It's just a fantastic episode.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. We don't get Samantha chirping in now because she's trying to mute to put the dog's noises out of the background, and we don't get her little chirp. I know, just chirp in. I'm sure I can edit the dogs out. Let's talk about some tricks that we do that we can give other people for their mental health. Our favorite. I'm going to put our favorite out there. I hope I'm not taking it away from y'all. In our mastermind group, our Patreon group, we started this and it has become the viral thing, is a dance party. We get up and put one song, get up and move to that song, whatever your movement may be. Sometimes we do it on camera all together. Sometimes I just do it by myself, but it's
not in sync. We are not in sync. If you guys are picturing some coordinated like dance, it is not that.
We are not a boy band, nor are we a girl band.
It's not a flash mob. We're not. Although I feel like Dawn thought he was in the middle of one the other day when I was having a real bad day trying to focus and get motivated, and Jill's like just started playing. She just started playing. This girl is on fire because my word was Blaze that day, and Dawn looked very scared in our 24-hour room. He did not know what was going on, but it worked, and I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that Samantha will do morning stretches with us, just a minute or two of stretching first thing in the morning when we do our motivation in minutes in the morning and set our intention for the day, which is another good thing for you to do, y'all, is when you wake up in the morning, set your intention for the day. Find that one word that's going to be your word for the day. But also a little stretching goes a long way. And that's a great thing to do. I love it when she does it. We don't do it every morning. Sometimes Libby just comes into the mood and says, all right, Samantha, stretch us out. But even just that brief minute of stretching changes things. It just feels good, you know? So maybe you put that into your schedule. For me, I know what works for me. And no, I don't do it. I'm saying this so that I'm putting it out there so that I start doing it. Is set your alarms on your phone every hour and get up and just take 1 minute to stretch. Whether you stand up out of your desk, lean down, touch your toes, bend to the side, just get up and stretch. That's one of my suggestions physically. Others?
Look up.
I could go.
Look up. The power of looking up is the most insane thing you will ever do. It is free. It is easy. It is nuts what that does for you.
Preferably in the Superwoman pose, so you can feel like a badass boss. Mm-hmm.
Yes, for sure. You know, maybe you find some things that you can do. I don't do this, but I could because I do stuff for my phone. But maybe if you're one of those people that makes drafts and lists them later, make your drafts live while you walk laps around your kitchen island. Like, get up and move, you know, get up. Maybe that's something you can figure out how to work that into your day. You know, I was trying to think. I had another idea. Now it left my head. So y'all come up with another one.
I don't know. The one I've been working on is doing nothing for 10 minutes, which should be easy, but it's super difficult. Literally, I'm sitting out on my deck for 10 minutes in the morning, just staring into space.
Excuse me.
Pam of Whimsy and Such, she's amazing, an amazing guide in our community, had the point, like, all right, if you're feeling like you need to be able to do this for yourself, like you need to be able to take a couple minutes and do nothing because it is restorative, much like sleep is restorative. Like you have to be able to shut your brain off, like, or work towards shutting your brain off and just be able to do nothing and live in that and feel good about it.
Yeah.
Easier said than done. But that's my big thing that I'm working on right now is doing nothing, guys, for 10 minutes every day.
Yeah. I mean, some people may be into meditation. That's that same kind of thing. Meditate for 10 minutes. I am not one that's ever been able to get into meditation, but I could probably do 10 minutes.
I don't know a single person. So let me know in the comments that successfully meditates. Like I hear about it on all, you know, I'm a big podcast listener and all this. I didn't know no one that meditates. I know.
I would love to learn how to. I think it's easier for me to accept 10 minutes of nothing. Yeah, I don't think my brain is wired that way. I think I could definitely handle 10 minutes of nothing. Like go outside, sit in your chair 10 minutes and just be. I think I could do that. I'm going to try it. You have now not knowingly challenged me to try it.
All right.
I could totally do that on your deck. So I'll do that at your house. That
when
sounds
you
great.
Come to my house.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Not before and not after.
No.
Only when you're here. So it came to me now. The other thing I wanted to tell you about health, because Libby has reminded me of this. I woke up a couple of weeks ago not feeling well, woke up again this morning not feeling well. We talk about things like this in our Patreon and Mastermind all the time. Hydration. Sometimes we get so busy we forget to consume water. I was not feeling well a couple of weeks ago. Libby's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I have no idea. And I can't believe it's anything I ate. And then she's like, well, maybe you need electrolytes in your water. Well, lo and behold, I had a bottle of electrolytes in my room. So I put some drops in and it was like within an hour, I felt much better. So this morning, woke up the same way and Libby's mind in my head, I put electrolytes in my water. So yeah.
I give medical advice all the time. I am in no way qualified to do it. However, I do it constantly. In fact, I did it at the gym to the guy cycling next to me this morning.
Oh my God. This is medical advice. This does not count as hydration. You
Y'all in
guys need to drink.
podcast, she's showing a coffee.
Y'all need to drink actual water, especially the sugar-filled latte. It's not.
Anything with caffeine is a diuretic, guys, which means it dehydrates you.
And if you Google it and it says, but it's a small amount and it won't really affect that, just consider it a diuretic. It's not real hydration.
It's like water. The opposite of hydration. Yes.
Yeah. And one other thing,
and we are not saying give up your caffeine. We are not saying that.
No, I'm still drinking this. I'm just going to drink more
that
water.
Could happen that would cause me to give up caffeine. I can't even think of a single thing. Yeah.
And y'all make sure you've got healthy snacks around. If you're traveling, do what Samantha did. Samantha, tell them.
My Snackle box is in the fridge right now, and we brought it on our trip to drop our daughter off at MSU the other day. And I have my vegetables with me at all times.
Tell us what was in your Snackle box, just to give people an idea of why they need a Snackle box. So when you're going and you're going to go out thrifting for the day and your whole day is sourcing, you don't pack yourself a Snackle box. Tell them what you put in your Snackle box. And we just
had like one of those insulated bags from like the Walmart checkout, nothing crazy there. And it has sliced cucumbers, sliced bell peppers, baby carrots, and sliced celery. Separated sliced celery because I like the dark celery and my husband likes the yellow disgusting celery, and so he specifically separated it when he chopped it up. And then a thing of red pepper hummus, and we brought that with us. And I mean, I still ate a cheeseburger while we were gone.
I was gonna say there's no cheese in the Snackle box. My Snackle box always has cheese in it.
Well, there was another. I thought of you because there was another container. I mean, we did just come back from Wisconsin. So there was another container and it had some of that Morel leek cheese in it and I know. Mm-hmm. So there was that too. Pairs very well with baby carrots is all I'm saying. But we planned ahead to make sure I was still getting vegetables and eating healthy. And I have it here so I can pull it out, snack on it, and yeah, it's so much nicer just knowing that you have that. And then I don't feel bad when my husband brings me ice cream or something later because I've been eating vegetables all day.
Do y'all know how many times I've literally almost put myself in the hospital outsourcing because I'm not drinking water and eating, but I'm like, I feel so horrible. I'm kind of dizzy, but I can't give up. And I'm like sweating and I'm dizzy and I'm like, but I can't stop. And I literally, by the time I get to my car, I am like shaking and pale white because I have pushed myself for hours without eating or drinking.
Yeah, and just think of how much better you could be at sourcing if you had taken care of yourself during that time.
Just
like you probably missed out on some things. You probably missed out on some things.
We went to the bins a couple weeks ago in Wisconsin and we spent 4.5 hours in there and we had snacks and we had everybody was getting a little hangry. You definitely get dehydrated and stuff in there. I had my husband go out to the car, get all of our water bottles, and everybody got a protein bar and stuff. And it helps a lot.
Yeah, so think protein bars, think the vegetables and hummus. Think another thing that I love to snack on is like roasted almonds and string cheese. Think about things that are easy to pack in a small bag that will get you through your day, no matter what you're doing, traveling, working. Have them in your office. I have in my drawer back here some of those grass-fed organic Chomps little mini meat sticks in case I'm here in the middle of working, but I need protein. I can just put one in my mouth real quick. Those places that you are, prepare yourself, be prepared. You got this.
Yeah.
But I love a Snackle box. I think a Snackle box is I just got to say Snackle box. I mean, I think
we go live on YouTube every Wednesday at noon Eastern for our TGIW. And Molly gets on Samantha and I because we talk about snacks so much. And here she is saying how important they are and what a service we have been doing, Samantha, for the entire reseller community for the past year.
Listen,
so good.
It's a service.
Why it took me a minute to respond.
We don't need every Wednesday live to be breaking down food. Typically,
Yes.
because at that point
Yes,
I
we
haven't
do.
eaten my lunch yet. I have to. Y'all can start.
Well, now we
talking
know you
food.
have chomps in your desk drawer. We'll be like, Molly, just turn around and have a chomp. Like, just chill out. Yeah.
So I think everybody needs some sort of snackle box, and we keep one. Like, well, Maria keeps one in her car. I bought her like a little, like a cosmetic type thing, and it looks like a tackle box, literally. But if I filled it with the almonds and the granola bars and all that stuff, and when we were moving her the other day, her stepmom grabbed it out of her car, and then I was like, "May, you want this in your car, right?" And she's like, "Oh my gosh, you can't take that out of my car. That's for when I'm hangry." And she puts it back in there. Everybody needs snacks.
You gotta have the snacks. You gotta have the snacks for sure. In fact, some of our favorite snacks you will find on our Amazon store, which you can find that link of our favorite things in the website. Just want to throw that out there. I'm sure Samantha will put some options for snackle boxes on there and some of her favorite things, but we have some favorite snacks and things already in there because this is the stuff we love.
The snackle box is already in there too.
That's how
we
I
already
ordered
have a
my
snackle
snackle box because you guys know I hate to shop. So I just like, can you put it in our Amazon store so I don't have to like look around?
There we have it. There we have it. Already done for you, kids. Already done for you. Get yourself a snackle box. All right, I want to go back to work.
Yeah,
you and I keep wanting to say this.
I have something too. Like, who's going to go
we
first?
do want to say the same thing. It's fine. I just want to segue.
I want to
back.
Okay, well, maybe if I'm not, feel free to go back because I was going to talk about work, going back to the work-life boundary part about, we talked about your dedicated workspace, don't look at the dining room table or the living room. Samantha talked about her end of the day ritual. What is your end of the day ritual going to look like? But there's some other work things that we can do, right?
Yeah, like if we're traveling, like you had some added stress when you were traveling this time, Samantha.
Yeah. So, especially since we had storms and stuff here, I was really worried about my power going out and my computer shutting off because a lot of the tools that I was using, your browser like has to be open, your computer has to be on in order for that stuff to work. So for my Poshmark closet to get offers sent out and shares and like that kind of stuff. But I have now signed up to trial the Prime Lister, which you all can get 30% off of. So
we got her, Molly. We got her.
You can use the link on consignmentchats.com, get 30% off, and try them out.
At the top of the show notes here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Use the link in the show notes.
Yeah.
If I could just
read the
one
on our website, but the one below is a little bit better. You'll get 7-day free trial, 30% off your first month. It's good.
Yeah. So I'm going to try that and it took 2 seconds to sign up. Super easy. But I don't want to have to worry about that anymore. Like I was getting all these notifications of storms we were having and stuff. And I kept checking my closet to make sure that things were going through. And that was not a good work-life balance. I don't want to worry about that. And you guys keep saying that it just works and nobody worries about it. So
you don't need a Chrome extension. You don't need to have your browser open. It's so funny, like, because we just forget we're using it. Like it's just there running in the background. It just does it does its thing super consistently and you don't worry about it. I mean, there is 2 minutes of setup time. Like if that stresses you out.
It does take 2 minutes. Yes. I mean, that seems like a lot. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. But yeah.
That's great.
So Samantha is going to be reporting in on the results of her. We're going to call this like a little experiment, right? Because you're stopping one Poshmark sharing service and you're starting another.
Yes.
So you're going to be able to see some pretty, I think some pretty significant differences is my guess. I think it's going to be pretty positive.
It was for me. So. I mean, y'all have heard me say it over and over again. It was definitely positive for me. And Libby with her on again, off again relationship with Poshmark, they've been going steady ever since she got Prime Lister, y'all. There has been zero breakup.
I know.
Yeah, and I mean, if you listen to the beginning, apparently we can make Poshmark sexy. I don't know what.
I did say that. Oh my God.
Hey, there's a tagline for Prime Lister: "Make Poshmark sexy with Prime Lister."
Oh my gosh. All right.
And this will be the last episode sponsored by Prime Lister after they hear this.
Right?
No, thanks guys for sponsoring this episode.
We
We
really
really
appreciate it.
appreciate it, and all of the wonderful work you do with our Poshmark closets. Like, yeah,
Absolutely.
we are totally thrilled
Absolutely.
about that.
So other things that we can automate, and I know this is not like this took me years to get to this point, and it is not a solution for anybody. And you have to have a good routine and a good process in place before you do this. But I hired a VA this year, and that took a lot. Like I hardly touched my laptop for the whole week I was gone. And even the following week I was running around doing stuff. I didn't bring my laptop with me because I knew I could do what I needed to do on my phone, give her drafts and whatnot, and she's going to take care of it and list it where I need it to be listed. And it's been a total game changer. I absolutely love it. But it's not something like the work she does pays for herself. Like the extra sales that I make by cross-listing and stuff like that pays for it. And it only took a couple weeks for it to pay for her. But it's definitely not something like if you're just starting a resell. I see a lot of people jump in and they're like, I'm going to hire an assistant and I'm going to do this and it's something that you need to work towards and make sure that you can actually do, because then you're responsible for paying that person. I did not have enough drafts loaded last week, and I wasn't keeping up with loading stuff for her. And I sent her money even though she did not work for me last week, because I am responsible. Like she's counting on that money and being able to work. And so that's, you're still a boss and essentially having someone that you're responsible for. So make sure that you're ready for it. But it has tremendously helped with my balance.
Nice.
So, I mean, that's so cool. So like you have ways now, if you had Prime Lister, it would have been a lot better. You would have been really where your feet were, but whatever, we all have to learn the hard way sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyway, like you got, you were able to be where your feet are. And one of the things that I love that allows me when I'm traveling to be where my feet are is the eBay time away, where you can still make sales. I mean, granted, you're going to come home to a boatload of shipping, which is a whole
been there, done there, right? Been there, done that.
But like you are able to just make sales and not worry about it. Like set up the automated message if you like, have people know like you won't be shipping until you get back, and give them the date. But that definitely is a game changer. And we have tutorials on just about every platform Samantha has done about how to put time away, or put your Poshmark closet on vacation mode, Etsy, change your handling time. Like all of those are on our tutorials on the YouTube channel. And people love them. I mean, they're still some of our highest ranking videos. So good job, Samantha. But go check them out.
These businesses created these automations on their platforms. So if you're on those platforms, use them. Let the tools do the work so you can breathe. I mean, take advantage of those. I always like to throw out, because we are firm believers in this, and when it comes to adding things to your workflow, be it a VA, be it another platform, whatever, if it costs you money, just be 100% sure that your business can support that monetary change. We've seen a lot of people come into this business and think they have to have everything that everybody else has before they have established a business that can financially support all of those things that the other businesses use. We have been in this business for over 12 years. So we think about the platforms we add. We don't do them lightly. We listen to people who walk the walk before making our decisions. That's a big thing. Like, listen to people. When we tell you Prime Lister is working, it's because it really is working, and we are people who are walking the walk and using it. When we tell you that Vendoo works, it's because it's really like when we talk to you about these different platforms and things, we don't say it lightly, because we've been told about things in the past, and in the end, it hasn't been what we were told it was. If we're telling you it's good, trust us, it's good.
Yeah. And check it out for yourself too,
Yep. Check it out for yourself. It's worth it.
If your business can support it. If you are confused or overwhelmed, wondering if your business can support changes and how to do this, our mastermind is an incredible resource for that. And also our free book club. We're doing Profit First now. What can your business support? How much should you be spending on inventory? You know, what are your cost of goods? Like, how do you run this business debt free and without taking on any debt? Because everybody in our group is walking that walk, whether or not they are getting out of debt, whether or not they are living debt free. Everybody is running their business, you know, not on credit and making some amazing strides. So it is possible. And if you do use, you know, credit, I'm not saying it's not for you. I'm just saying the group we have now just happens to be living that life. Yeah.
I'm going to point out too, we've hit this many times also. We know reselling can feel isolating. We have preached this and will continue to preach this until we are done with reselling 53 years from now. Community helps sanity. Community helps your sanity. You need a community. There are a lot of amazing reselling communities out there, whether you join a reselling group online or a local reselling group or both. Maybe you do both. Check out the different communities out there. Yes, we have our community.
I want to talk about something that happened in our community this week because it was pretty spectacular. And the whole reason we are doing this episode, and we're doing the 12-week year reseller intensive program. If you would like to sign up for year 4, the applications are open now. I will put the link in the show notes. Sign up now. It's pretty amazing. But so anyway, we're in year 3 of the 12-week year, and we meet for half an hour every week, report on our stats and our tactics. And Molly, you can edit out whatever you want to edit out of this, but you had reported in on your stats. And one of your goals was paint and craft time. And you had gotten 0%, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. I have not done any in a row.
All right. Yeah. I want to make that happen, and it was kind of, okay, and one of our community members stepped up and said, I am scheduling a craft night in our 24-hour room because she saw Molly struggling and she got a message to support her. She wanted to support her. So like that kind of support, that kind of somebody reaching out and saying, how can I support you? Like, I see this is important. I see this personal time is important to you. Like to have people that will do that is, I was just so touched by that whole thing.
I love it.
And I was too.
Yeah. When I got off, I thought, what is, because when we were in our Come List With Us, I was leaving, I was done. And she said, I private message you, check your messaging. I was like, okay, I will. And I thought, oh gosh, what did I do? Right.
Right. What did I say?
And I opened it up and she was like, how about a craft night tomorrow night? I'm thinking we need a craft night. Da, 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 da. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes. What time? 6 o'clock. Okay. Put my reminder on my phone, set it all up right then and there so I didn't forget, because that is not my normal schedule. And y'all, we had a blast. We had five or six of us in there, and we had a blast. And I was so glad I did it. I painted 3 different paintings while sitting there talking to friends and enjoying it. And it was so what I needed. And before I quit doing it, I was doing it 3 to 4 times a week. And again, it's that finding those things that bring you joy outside of your reselling business, because our reselling business brings us joy, but finding those other parts of your life that bring joy and prioritizing them. Because when I looked at my 12-week year and saw 0% on that, I was like, oh, pish posh, who cares? It's just painting. Because to me, what was important were the business numbers. That was just, who cares?
And in the next breath, you're like, guys, I don't know why I've been in such a funk the last couple of weeks. I don't understand.
Right? Huh.
Right? And so I think when we look at our title, self-care for resellers, working from home, avoiding burnout, staying productive, it's surrounding yourself, and we sound like a broken record, it's surrounding yourself with people that get it. Our Patreon is pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I
love?
We don't just look at your business goals. We don't just look at your business numbers and there's definitely focus and conversation on that. but we are asking you how you are as a whole person. We are talking about you need a couple hours a week to craft. You need to worry about eating more vegetables when you go on road trips because that's going to make you feel better. Like, we are looking at the whole person in this group and what they need to feel balanced and successful and productive.
And we're all there to lift each other up. I love that sometimes, sometimes you are in a headspace that's negative and you just need to live in that for a minute. We all have those parts of our life where something may be wrong, or maybe you're off and you don't know why you're off. And we do our motivation in minutes and we'll talk about our word. And sometimes we can feel one of us is off because we've all gotten to know each other well. And, we're all great at trying to give you advice and lift things up. And sometimes you're just not feeling it. And I want to put that out there too. It's okay. We have put together this positive, uplifting community. But what I love about it is and I've done this many a times where my head is just not in it. And I know everybody can relate to this. Sometimes you just don't want that happy quote at that moment. You're just like, don't tell me how to feel. It's okay to sit in that for a little bit. I've been through this multiple times in my life for different reasons, losses, whatever. A couple of years ago, it was really bad. And Libby said something to me one time that was good. I was honest with her and I said, I am telling you this, but a quote and advice isn't going to pull me out right now. It's something I'm just feeling and I don't know how I'm going to get out of it. And what was beautiful is she said, it's okay, sit in it where you are, but I am going to require that you give me a deadline. When are you going to, you can sit in this, but tell me how long you're going to allow yourself to sit in it. And that was a game changer for me because we all know people, you can get in your head and stay in it for weeks if you don't have it in line. So what was beautiful about it is I was able to say, okay, tomorrow by lunch, I gave whatever I threw out at that moment was tomorrow by lunch or Friday or whatever I gave out. And the funny thing was we got off the phone and I sat in it for a little bit. Then I was like, who needs to wait till then?
Right.
Get out of it. But it was just that knowing that it was okay to feel it, because sometimes I think we can't have negative feelings around a very positive group, and you can. It's okay. Mm-hmm. And it's okay to say, I just need to be in this for a little bit. And I think we all need to remember that. And you're never going to be judged in our group for that if you're having a moment. But we may give you a deadline for it. We may give you a hard.
And you may not like it in the moment. You may be I won't say it. Samantha will say it. But not here, though. Yeah. And you know what? There's this whole school of thought, and I just, it was after I gave you that advice that I kind of, I heard this and I tried it, and it's pretty amazing, is when you're feeling like that, the best thing you can do is lean into it as much as possible. Feel it, be in it. Don't try to just be all right, we'll put a Band-Aid on it. You want to feel it as much as you can. You want to think about, what your fear of the worst thing, with this, is it never going to end? Is this feeling never, you want to embrace that and lean into it. And I've tried this with feeling physically ill, and I've tried this with feeling, I get emotionally ill. And it's pretty amazing how that feels to kind of just lean into it and say, all right. And it forces you to deal with it. So you're not just putting a Band-Aid on it. You're fixing, you are, as you move through it and as you lean into it, you are fixing it. You are healing it. And you're coming out on the other side stronger. And yes, we may have you give yourself a deadline. It's nothing anybody else can impose upon you. That is your,
it's your journey. It's your right. But we will help you through that. So keep that in mind. And I always want people to know that, because I'm one that feels that way sometimes. And sometimes I'm like, I really don't want to go in this meeting because I'm just having a bad day and I don't want to be told all this, that, and the other. But then I go and I give my word, and I may not fully come out of it, but it's okay. It's okay, because I do feel the love. whether it's focused on me or not, you feel the love that everybody gives to each other and lifting each other up. And we are a group that is 100% proud of each other with your wins and there for each other with your fails. And that's the kind of group you want to find. And again, I'm not saying ours is for you, because we're not for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
We're not for everybody. But find your group and make sure it's one that does lift you up, but also supports you and understands the moment you're down, because we all have them and we're there for you. So I don't know, y'all. I hope this episode helps some people. I hope that you remember that you got this, but you, your body, yourself are as important, actually more important than your business, because your business is not going to succeed if you are not taking care of you.
Work harder on yourself than you do on your business, because your business will see the results.
Until next time.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right. Libby's going to end every episode now with a quote. I like it.
I didn't do it last time. Thank you for joining Libby, Molly, and Samantha, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we grow your reselling business. For all things Consignment Chats, visit us at consignmentchats.com and join our free private communities on Facebook and/or Patreon.